What's up guys, Saf here on SuperSaf TV, and 2018 was an amazing year for smartphones, and it looks like 2019 is going to be even better. And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the top upcoming smartphones of this year. January has already gone, and in Feb, we are going to be having the official announcements of the S10s, and they are first on this list. Now, from the leaks and rumors so far, it looks like we're going to have three main versions of the S10. There's going to be an S10e, a regular S10, as well as an S10 Plus. All of these with minimal bezels and a punch out for the front-facing cameras. The S10e and the S10 with a single front-facing camera, the S10 Plus with two front-facing cameras. Now, the S10e is rumored to be the more affordable option with a flat display and two rear-facing cameras. The S10 and S10 Plus are going to have curved displays with three rear-facing cameras. In addition to that, we're rumored to have ultrasonic in-display fingerprint sensors, which are going to be more advanced, more accurate, and more secure compared to the optical solutions that we have currently. The top tier S10 Plus is also rumored to have up to 12 gigabytes of RAM with 1 terabyte of storage, which is insane. And there may also be a special S10 version which is going to support 5G. That's going to be coming a little bit later on. So overall, very, very exciting. 20th of Feb is when the Unpacked event is, and I for one cannot wait. If you do want to see a detailed leaks and rumors breakdown of the S10s, then I will leave that linked in the cards and in the description. Now, moving on from that, Samsung also has a foldable that's coming this year. If you remember, in the Samsung Developer Conference last year, they teased their concept device, which had two displays, one at the front and then an inner display which actually folds out to give you a larger display in a compact form factor, and it looks very, very exciting. We've seen some other implementations of foldable and flexible screens. There is the Royale Flex Pi, which seems like kind of a rushed attempt to be first, to be honest. There's also an interesting concept from Xiaomi, which has two folds. That's something that we saw recently. But I'm personally most excited for Samsung's version because Samsung are not going to rush anything. They're going to have a final, fully fledged product, which should be really, really cool. Now, we don't have too many details around this as yet, unfortunately. What is it going to be called? Maybe it's going to be called the Samsung Galaxy Flex, which would be quite a nice name, maybe something else. One thing we do know is that it's going to be pretty expensive. We've already had some rumored prices which are very high, and to be honest, this is expected because of this new technology. But regardless, it is a device that I'm very much looking forward to, and it's definitely going to be one of the most exciting devices of 2019. Now, moving on, OnePlus. The OnePlus 7 is likely to be coming around May to June time. And although OnePlus is no longer considered a budget brand because prices of OnePlus devices have been going up year on year, they are still very competitively priced compared to other flagship devices and still some of the best bang for buck devices you can buy. Now, we've had one main leaked image of what appear to be prototypes of the OnePlus 7. There's one with a water drop notch and smaller bezels compared to what we've seen on the 6T. And then we've got one which has pretty much no bezels on the top and the sides. We don't see the bottom as yet. And this is supposedly going to be a slider like we've got on the Xiaomi Mi Mix 3. Now, small bezels do seem to be the trend this year, and if OnePlus do go with this pretty much bezel-less design, then I'm sure it's going to create a lot of buzz. In terms of other additional features, we're not too sure yet. It is likely that we're going to have the top of the top specs, so the Snapdragon 855 and lots of RAM. There is also going to be a special edition of the OnePlus 7, which is going to support 5G, although I wouldn't expect 5G to be supported across all OnePlus 7 devices. And I am personally hoping for stereo speakers and wireless charging. Two of these things are currently missing on OnePlus devices. Now, moving on, later on in the year, around September time, is when we're going to be officially hearing about the new iPhones. They're likely to be called the iPhone 11s, but we're still not sure, and we have seen some early leaks. Now, these early leaks are not set in stone, and they are prototypes. Some of them look a little bit weird, but we do see triple rear-facing cameras, at least for the Plus version. This is really exciting. The iPhone XS is currently one of my favorite smartphone cameras, so triple cameras should be even better, potentially with an ultra wide, although I'm not too sure about some of the design leaks. The middle arrangement doesn't look too bad. Are we going to have a side arrangement, not in a square block? these are still question marks because it is very early stages. And in terms of the front of the device, it looks like we still will be having a notch according to early sources, although the bezels might be slightly smaller. Now, we are going to be hearing about the Huawei P30 Pro very soon, but I'm personally more excited about the Huawei Mate 30 Pro. That is going to have the latest 990 Kirin processor from Huawei, and an early patent from Huawei actually shows a case with an even bigger cutout for the rear-facing camera. So could this mean that we're going to see maybe 4 or even 5 cameras on the Mate 30 Pro? This is still a bit of a question mark, but it will be pretty insane. I've been hugely impressed with the battery life of the Huawei Mate 20 Pro, so I'm assuming that's just going to be increased on the Mate 30 Pro. And I'm hoping that they're going to be getting rid of the notch. Huawei already had the technology for a punch-out front-facing camera, which we've seen on the Honor View 20. So it might be that for the Mate 30, that is what we're going to see on the display. Now, in addition to these devices, there are also some other devices which we have very limited information about right now. There is, of course, going to be the Note 10. This is likely to take lots of the features that we're going to have on the S10 and kind of improve on them with a bigger battery, bigger display, the S Pen. And then the Pixels, the Google Pixel 4s, once again, very limited information right now. Are they going to have dual cameras? I would like to see dual cameras on the Pixels. The primary camera is absolutely awesome for images, and having maybe a wide angle camera on the back like we've got on the front should also be really exciting. And hopefully they won't have a notch this year. The notch was one of the biggest criticisms of the Google Pixel 3 XL. I mean, that thing was huge. So maybe this year Google are going to learn from their mistakes and have punch outs for the front facing cameras. Once again, it's very, very early stages, so we've got a bit of a question mark, but nevertheless, I'm very much looking forward to the new Pixels. So those are the top upcoming smartphones that I'm personally most looking forward to. What are you guys most looking forward to? Definitely drop that in the comments below. Of course, we'll be having lots more leaks, rumors, and hands-on coverage of all of these devices as and when they're released. And if you want to see all of that coverage first, then be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any coverage. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then do hit that thumbs up button for me. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time.